Hello everyone and welcome to the class for traffic engineering. I am Professor Kakade VD and today in this video we are going to learn practical number 1 of a subject traffic engineering. Okay. So a traffic engineering itself is the elective subject for third year civil engineering course. Okay. So in that subject we are going to learn a different aspect related to the traffic. Okay, it is the next step from the transportation engineering, and in this video there is a first practical. The title of a practical is measure the traffic volume in morning peak hour to analyze traffic composition on roadway. Okay. Which course outcome we are going to attend by learning this practical is undertake various type of road studies. Okay. There are different road studies we have learned in this theoretical part. Okay, in the practical part we just overlook how we are going to conduct this practical, and this in particular situation we are not going to conduct this practical, okay, or study, but what's the actual practical perspective of this we are going to learn in this video. So let's get started and see the practical. Okay. So first of all, traffic volume study. So we have must to learn what is meant by traffic volume. So traffic volume is the number of vehicle crossing the particular section per unit time. So if there is a crossing or important road, okay, and we have considered from one location to another location, and can consider or we imaginary line considered or section which crosses the vehicle, okay, in particular hour or particular unit time is known as a traffic volume. So the unit of a traffic volume is vehicle per unit time, or you can say that vehicle, okay, so vehicle per hour. So if any street, any road which showing a value of a traffic volume which is representing how much the road is important or what kind of the traffic solutions to be provided for the particular road. If we are saying that there is a 1000 per hour, then it means 1000 vehicle moving from particular section per hour. Okay, it is for 1 hour. If this value increases, or for the some road it might be considered like it 2500 per hour, so that road need to provide traffic measures to make the traffic efficient, smooth, safe and economical. So that's why to provide what kind of the measures, or there is a need to provide a measures or not, is based on the traffic volume study or traffic volume. Okay. So the second point is traffic volume studies are conducted to collect the data, the number of vehicle and pedestrian that passes a point on a highway facility during a specified time period. This time period varies from the 15 minute to as much as the year depending on the expected use of the data. So whenever there is a geometrical design provision, or if we are considering to build a road on something, it must to be provide a traffic volume study. So in this first point we have learned what is meant by traffic volume. This is a basic concept you might understand. I hope you understood this concept. So here are the two images which are showing why we are studying this subject and why we are conducting this practical. So by the title you have might be understood the main motto to calculate or to collect the data of a morning peak hour. Maximally there is a rush to reach at the office, to reach at the work, to reach at the college, school, everywhere at the morning session. Everyone is attending offices and another things at the morning session. So that's why we are collecting morning session or morning peak hour data. If we move ahead, the next practical related to this traffic engineering is of the different session, okay, a different time zone. So in that particular video, when it will be reached, we will discuss about this. And now these two images are showing how the data, okay, how data affecting your traffic condition at a particular road or section, city, area, or you can say in a country also. So in the first image there is a, okay, in the first image here you could see that the one road was blocked by a long vehicle. Okay, this is the long vehicle under the, and there is a traffic jam condition arises here. Okay, so what happened here I will tell you. The road wasn't built or might not be conduct traffic survey. If it does or if it did, it might be shown here. The turning of the vehicle is problematic here, so that road is not built for this particular vehicle, and that's why it is producing traffic jam condition. So here the efficiency get crushed, economic or get lower, and the safety also here in the risk. In the another image here, the all crossing are tackled, and the traffic solution with a proper crossing solution or a traffic solution with the measures is provided. It is happen because before the building this road, they might be conducted traffic study which help them to provide that kind of the solution for the efficient and smooth traffic flow. Okay, so that's why first of all this is the main reason we are studying this subject and we are conducting this practical. Okay, so what is a traffic volume study? So in the simple word, before reading this definition, I would like to tell you, collecting a data of a traffic volume, okay, and analyzing it with a proper observation or proper attitude is known as a traffic volume study. So what it's saying, it is the procedure to determine the mainly traffic volume of a traffic, okay, moving on the road at a particular section during a particular time, okay, at the particular section of the road. Second point is saying that traffic study include type of traffic, size and weight of traffic flow, traffic volume per hour, per day, including seasonal variation, annual variation, distribution in different parts of the road networks and distribution in the different direction at the intersection. So thoroughly the data is collected related to the traffic, like what kind of the vehicle it is, how much weight it carrying, how much time it is moving, okay, in what direction it is moving. So it will easy for maintaining the traffic flow smoothly and provide what kind of the geometric design should be provided for the traffic or for the road, okay. So here are the what is the purpose of volume study. Why we are conducting traffic volume study? Day by day, if this is my my point of view is that day by day the number of vehicles are increasing, okay, and the how money involved in this, there is a risk and money, there are both factors are running on a road, okay. If the goods, okay, or transportation of the people, goods and another things are stuck in the traffic, the economy or the economically it already crushed, okay, or it is the loss for the money. If and there is a no traffic rules, regulations, the flow, efficiency for the traffic is not provided properly, it means that the accident of number of accident might be happen on the road, okay. So safety, we are risking the safety here also the if there is an ambulance or something else is stuck in the traffic, so loss of life might be there. If in many cases you have see the new you might be saw the news that the bridge collapsed due to the overload, so that load calculation of the bridge is not as per the traffic volume study. If on the road, if every day the traffic volume was consider approximately 5,000 per hour, okay, for one particular area, and there is a 2,000 per hour vehicle, per hour vehicle, okay. So if we consider this volume and load of the vehicle, the values are different, okay. And if we consider for 5,000 and the 5,000 vehicles, from the 90% are four-wheeler vehicles and here are 80% or 60% are heavy vehicles, it might be problematic for the safety of a particular bridges. So that's why we have to collect all the data in a proper way for all the time, okay. So the first purpose or the importance of the traffic volume study was a scientific analysis of a traffic to find a wide application in a planning for future need of roads, improvement of existing facilities, geometric design aspect, pavement design and traffic regulation and control, okay. So for planning, designing, for controlling, for everything there is a traffic volume study required. Planning, design and regulation of a traffic, structural design of a road, okay, establishing a new infrastructure for traffic improvement and regulation, okay, design of intersection and other control devices. So here I would like to give one example. If something, if consider there is a crossing of a road and there is always traffic jam condition at there and there is no proper regulation of a traffic at there, so what would you do? You have to provide a proper solution. but where you have to provide proper solution, it is also one point. So if one road is, there is a heavy vehicle and they are not intended to stop at the particular area, so that kind of a data, it must to be known before the building any kind of a regulation or a measure. So one, that road must be converted into the flyover, okay, and the other vehicle might be moved from below the by a particular flyover. That kind of the solution is perfect, but the basic data which is required for that is we can get from this traffic volume study. Okay, and another is the control devices. So what is meant by control devices? We have learned in the theoretical part is that there are traffic regulatory signs, okay, and there is a traffic regulatory signals. So the timing of a particular signal is depend on the traffic volume study. If we don't know from where there is a time must to be provided, there might be a problem. Okay. So we have prefaced the particular practical. Now we are moving to actual what kind of the procedure we would choose to collect the data. Okay, here we are to understand what is the traffic volume, what is the traffic volume study, okay, why we are conducting this study, how much important it is, and now we are moving towards the methodology, or we can say actual procedure. So there are two methods to conduct the traffic volume study, which is manual method and automatic method. There is a manual method, it is simple method where a man or the person or team of the persons could collect the data, and they collect very well. And another is if we are collecting data for the long period of time, okay, for the long term solution, it might be done by the automatic method or automatic counter. So traffic volume study could be done by the two methods. First one is the manual method and second one is the automatic method. Manual method is done by the a person or group of person, okay, and the detail which collect from the this is very specified, okay, and we could say that it is could easily classified or maximum data could be collected. Automatic counter, it is divided into four types. There are four different ways to collect from the automatic counter. This is pneumatic counter, electronic counter, photoelectric cell counter and GPS. So there are different electronic machineries and counters which generally use in this study. So these four types I will explain in the next part. So first we will learn the manual method. Why manual method is important and why still at nowadays this is a dependable method, or the significance of this method is much more. So first point is one or more persons manual counting the observed vehicle using the manual data collection. Team record not only the traffic volume but also the types of vehicles, turning moments, direction of a moment, and approximate weight of a vehicle, and other such details that automatic method cannot be collect. Okay. So there is different kind of data which could collect by this manual method, and that data is important, and this is a small very important detailed data which could collect by in the manual method, which is not able to collect in the automatic method. It is not possible to collect the data for 24 hours a day and for a whole year by this method. So what this point is explaining to us, if we are considering we are collecting data for 24 hours, it is very difficult, and it is not possible to collect the data for whole year by this method. Okay, but this most reliable method to obtain the classified traffic volume data, detailed data which is collected from this method, and it is the only reliable method. Data may record on a prescribed sheet with a tabular format or by using multi-bank hand tally counter. So there is a one form I will show you in the last in the this next slide. So that form, the data which is collected in that form. Okay, so in every form there is a particular sorry, every tabular format is there is a particular form which is attached to it, and which explains or represent time and what kind of a road and other details with that. So here there are two images which showing how the manual counting done. There are a group of people, or there might be two of people or single people could collect there. If there is in first image there is a group of people, every person is collecting a different data. Every person with some one person might be collecting the two-wheeler vehicle, another four-wheeler, another three-wheeler, another collecting heavy vehicles. That kind of the data might be collected from the manual counting. Okay. Another is the automatic counter. Consists of a two parts, a detection device and counting that lying on a road surface or recording devices. Automatic counter required less number of observer and have advantages of collecting a continuous record of a traffic movement. The disadvantage is that the detail of a classified traffic and other relevant information cannot be get. Okay. So in that in this automatic counter, there are several devices. So one you might be familiar with. Okay, I would like to give an example. If you open your Google Map application from the mobile app, and suddenly you might be seeing that the color of the particular streets or road changes. Okay, so what it's showing, it shows the what is the traffic volume at the particular situation, or there is a traffic jam, traffic density, that kind of the details is provided by this particular app, which connected to the GPS system. So by that we could collect. This is the one type of the automatic counter, and another is a pneumatic counter. In the pneumatic counter there might be pneumatic devices which is laid on the road. Okay, so that when the vehicle move from it, it's counted. Okay, another is photoelectric devices which click the photo, or there is a particular diode or sensor from where the vehicle moves. If the vehicle moves from this, the counting starts. Okay, that kind of the devices are there. So here the equipment used for automatic counting method. There is a one light beam, okay, at the side or top of the road surface is provided. Whenever the traffic moves or the vehicle moves from this, it's counted that number. Automatic traffic counter, here is the automatic counter, and another is the second photo. Here is a pneumatic tube counter. Here you could see that the tubes, like the sensors, are laid on the road laterally, so that when the vehicle move from it, it counted its number. Okay, what is the actual procedure? So in the actual procedure, when counting of a vehicle of a value starts, the enumerator means the surveyor, okay, which is collecting the data, has to be alert. First one, he has to be alert via collecting the data at the morning session. Okay, so the time of rush, and there is a lot of traffic which is flooding on a road, so that's why we must to be alert. When the vehicle crosses the reference line, enumerator has to mark the slash in the approximate column. This mark is known as a tally. After fifth vehicle again marking, repeat the procedure as before. Once the survey completed for the shift, the sheets are arranged serially for each direction and tack. So here is showing, first of all, when we before the start the survey we have collected or we have marked the reference line. So when the a particular vehicle crosses the reference line, it is considered as, okay, it is considered as uh, the counting. Okay, so whenever the particular vehicle crosses the line, or which type of vehicle, where the columns are there, I will show in the next slide. So whenever there is a reference line crossing, we have to provide like that slash: first vehicle, second vehicle, third vehicle, fourth vehicle, and fifth vehicle. Then again it starts as a first, second, third, and fourth, and fifth. So that kind of the tally we done while collecting the data. And when we collect the data, we have to summarize it. Okay. So this is the table format where we summarize it. Here are the vehicle characteristics, or sorry, vehicle categories are there also, and where the vehicle turning, or at the intersection where it might be going, or which kind of which road is important, we can conclude from this data. So this is the sheet where the other vehicles are marked. Okay, and this is the form which we fill at the every sheet. Okay, so what is the traffic volume study measures? What is the requirement? Where we collected data, analyze it, and where it would be important. So here it would be important: daily volume, used to document the annual trends in highway usage planning purpose. Okay, so planning activities such as development of a freeway system or arterial street system, and selecting best route for the new facility. Evaluation of a present traffic flow to compute accident rates, establishment of a traffic volume trends. So when the daily volume was found at or calculated, these are the another ways where the traffic volume data is used: the average annual daily traffic, average annual weekly traffic, average daily traffic, and average weekend traffic. That kind these are all the data which is required to regulate the traffic, or to conduct or to provide measures related to the traffic regulations. So here we have conducted one first practical. It might be theoretical, but I hope you might be understand this all the. So thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like this video. So thank you again.